time, now that you're warmed up, loose, and feeling good, to bring Mr. Powers to the stand. Jack! Jack! Jack!
One, two. You know what, it is different. This slide from home. I'd like to talk a little about, very briefly, Jack Kerouac comes from a tradition. It happened to be a tradition that denied the right of the body to enjoy itself. And it was based in not just the religious aspects. And so it was very tough for Jack to be other than a voyeur and all this crap that was going on around him. And it's part of the problem of his life, from my perspective. But here's some of the autobiographical stuff. Just the folks that are here for the whole night will hear pretty much a lot of this book. And remarkably enough, even though this was not designed to do so, it covers a lot of what Jack was about, and you know, from his brother to other things in his life. So this particular section I'm going to read will touch on some of the autobiographical stuff of Jack, and you know, help to explain some of his feelings. I wanted to marry a love girl. A girl only interested in love, girl. That would be the first sentence of this masterpiece of golden literature. Crap. All the crazy people I've known since I was 4 years old, 6 years old. I saw the red sun on the windows of snowy Centerville and wondered, who am I? With truthful little eyes turned to the skies of paradise. No answer came. I was the first crazy person I'd known. Had bundles and scarves 100 miles long, wrapped in my heart of the library. Had bottles and barks and Christmas trees and everything known to man, including 6-year-old ink paints in the epoxy bag. Was afraid of myself, simply, and afraid of everyone else. Remembering my birth and infancy, the coughs, the swallows, the tear trees growing from your eyeballs of shame. The gray, immense morning I was conceived, I the womb, and the red, gory afternoon delivered therefrom. Wow. Wow, I could sing you hounds, make you bell howl pack zounds. I'd have lived and laughed, clapping, crying as a child. If someone could have told me it was unreal, I was scared. The dark was full of phantoms, come from the other side of the death to claim the hearts of sacrificial little children, laying up in the winter night in cribs by howling windows in the cold and forlorn east of Massachusetts February, Massachusetts March, wild howl, lupin, call, the moon, the moony, and the loony nights. I thought I was a phantom, me myself suffering. One night, I saw my older brother Gerard standing over my crib with wild hair, as if he had just visited the pale in the hall of snores and headed back to his room, was investigating the grail, then in Ma's bedroom, who slept in the same bed and in the crib alongside, oily as the moment, so that phantom who was my brother, only in the sense that cotton is soft, only in the sense that when you die, you muffle in your sigh the thorny hard regret of rocks of life belief. I knew, I hoped to go be saved. If that phantom was real, if it wanted to hurt me, then all I had to do was suffer and die, gritting my teeth a while till it's over. If the phantom was unreal and was only a friendly shade, standing, commiserating, compassionately at my side as I slept inside in the Shakespearean night, perhaps it was my brother. My brother didn't seek to hurt me. If he did, I crashed. I saw stars, marbles, my miracle hullabaloo. balloon rainbow turned out to be Bone the Brother Crash. You get socked in the jaw by your best friend. You keep thinking it's going to happen, and it never happens. Pow! It was all right. I was the strangest creature of them all. At Christmas, they bought me a toy house, and in and out of which Carolyn, my sister, played a little Valentine army, showing little sad people of crying. Here, Vienna, small 2 towns, orchestras in the square, and in the brown light of the kitchen, I wondered, what is this? Mystery of little people, each in maybe as frightening as me. Or each one afraid as me, or afraid of me, and each one asleep in the dark at night. Did any of them in little cardboard soldiers see the sun of sadness at 6 in the windows of their snow? But I knew they hadn't such thoughts. No, I knew. It was like scripture I read later. It said, these little cardboard houses and people may be real. Consider this real. If you steal every reel from the wheel, every kneel to the eel, and the skeel will keep the wheel of all the men attacked to the city halls of Pupo. In other words, son, hang on, don't tip, don't lose balance, see reality in images like cardboard, nor in brown light of this very kitchen. I pouted in my childhood. I'd rather be thin than famous. I don't want to be fat. The woman throws me out of bed, calling me Gordo. And every time I bend up to pick up my suspenders from the Davenport floor, I explode loud, huge grunto and disgust everyone in the familio. I'd rather be thin than famous, but I'm fat. Place that in your Broadway show. Got up, dressed up, went out, got laid. Then died, got buried in a coffin, in the grave. Man, yet everything is perfect because it's empty. Because it is perfect with emptiness. Because it's not even happening. Everything is ignorant of its own emptiness. Anger doesn't like to be reminded of fits. Just start with the teaching, inscrutable of the diamond, and end with your goal. It's your starting place. No race was run, no walk, no toenails. Across the rings of hot meaning, you just numbly don't get there. Right. My father in downtown red walked around like a shadow of black ink with hat nodding in the immemorial light of dreams, for I have dreamt of Lowell in the image of my father, straw hat, newspaper in pocket, liquor on breath, barber shop signs, in the image of ignorant man hurrying to his destiny, which is death, even though he knows it. So it's why they call it cheer. Why do they call it cheer? A bottle, a glass, a drink, a cup of courage. Men know the mist is not their friend. They come out of the fields and put coats on, and become businessmen and die stale, the same loathsome death stale. They might have died in countryside hills of dung. My remembrance of my father in downtown Lowell, walking like cardboard cut across lost lights, is the same empty material as my father in the grave. I keep falling in love. I keep falling in love with my mother. I don't want to hurt her. Of all people that hurt. But every time I see her, she's grown older. But her uniform always amazes me in its Dutch simplicity. And the doll she is. The doll-like way she stands. Bow-legged in my dreams. Waiting to serve me. And I am only an Apache, smoking hashy in an old calabash by the lamp.